Right here. It's called Spirit of Love. We're very pleased to welcome Majek Feshek.
Rise from your sleep, Africa. Rise from your sleep, America. There's work to be done, Africa. There's work to be done, America. But if we unite, we will be free. So long, too long, so long, too long. We've been sitting down for so long. We've been fooling around for too long. We've been sitting down for so long. I have not been fooling around for too long. So long, so long, too long, too long, so long, for too long, too long. Hey. Remember, long time ago, when we used to live like queens and princess. Remember, the pyramid of Egypt, when we used to live like prince and princess. Remember, Marcus Garvey, who are the dream for New America. Oh, remember, Martin Luther King, the dream for New America. They say you are black, they say you are brown, they say you are black, they say you are brown. Only the angels of Jah is white now. Only the angels of God is white. So long, too long, so long, too long. We've been sitting down so long. We've been a fool around for too long. Arise from your sleep, Africa. Arise from your sleep, America. There's work to be done, Africa. So much work to be done, America. But if we unite, hey, we will be free. So long, too long, so long, too long. Pressing down for so long.
And tonight, this gentleman will be making his network television debut. This is his most recent album right here. It's called Spirit of Love. We're very pleased to welcome Majek Feshek.
Arise from your sleep, Africa. Rise from your sleep, Africa.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. I am your host. For those of you following the drama that always come out of Nigeria, the statement you're seeing on the screen is not familiar to you. I mean, it's not new to you, or must be familiar to you. And this statement was made by Kenneth Okonkwo, one of the will I say, right hand man or man of Peter Gregory Obi, and begs the question as to if 2027 is not about, it's about Peter Obi and not about the Labour Party. The question is, on what platform will Peter Obi be running on? Is he on a different platform? And if that is the case, if the platform is Labour Party, brings us to what? To the main issue we want to talk about this evening, which is a statement made by Dele Farotimi, a very profound statement that begs a lot of questions. He claimed that he is not, or he stated that he is not a member of a Labour Party. The party has shown they are not different from the system. Now, when I saw the statement, I was shocked as to why, what triggered him to make this statement. From my own end, I argue that what could have triggered it is a recent budget padding issue where it is claimed that $30,000 dollars was given to senators, particularly the Labour Party senators, and as such, no one has come out to say anything, not even Peter Obi. But is while anyone cannot argue with him as to whether he belongs to the Labour Party or not, it is on record that he campaigned vigorously for Peter Obi and the Labour Party during the 2023 general election. So yes, it is his prerogative if he wants to become a party member or not. Many voted for Peter, I mean, for the Labour Party during the 2023 election, and they were not a member of that party. But the question is, or the issue is, why suddenly say you are not a member of the party? Is it a right move if the party has shown they are not different from the system? Is it jumping ship or leaving the party that will solve the problem and not to find a way to what? To rectify the problem in that party. Now, he's not new to politics. He's a lawyer, a woman rights activist, and the question is, which party will he go to now? And if Kenneth Okonkwo is saying that 2027 is not about, I mean, 2027 is about Peter Obi and not about Labour Party. These are conflicting signal that they are sending out to the populace, particularly to those who support Peter Obi, and to what is happening in the Labour Party. 2 days ago, if I'm correct, or yesterday, 2 days ago, there was a convention, and Aburi was re-elected as the chairman of the party. There's another statement from INEC that they do not recognize that convention. So what is actually happening is not new to us, but what I'm here for us to discuss is the statement made by Dele Farotimi an appropriate one given to the caliber of person he is? Is it the case that they will now form a different party, different from Labour Party? Is it the case that if they are not different from the system, is it suggesting that everyone in the party, including its principal candidate Peter Obi, also is not different from the system. Like I said, this is a profound statement. What would have prompted him to make this statement? Only him will be able to explain reason behind it. Is he leaving the party that will solve the problem? Because during the 2023 general election and during the Supreme Court or the court case, the Labour Party is seen or described as the party of the century. But here we are seeing the brotherhood, just like the issue between Bobrisky and what's his name again? Bobrisky and the other guy, the brotherhood issue, Portable, going on at the moment. This is the brotherhood of Labour Party coming out, giving conflicting statements, throwing everyone off balance. If you are not a member of the party, which is within its right, because the party has shown they are not different from the system. Is it not the case that they should find a solution to resolve or to clean the mess in the Labour Party? To my previous broadcast, if not the last one, I mean 2 or 3 broadcasts before now, I did say that if the Labour Party and Peter Obi did not come out to address the $30,000 given to the senators, in the next coming days, weeks, it will be its credibility, and their credibility will be blown out, and no one will ever listen to him again. Credibility is not just only for myself only. It has to do also with the organization or those what I am involved in. So this conflicting issue right now is causing a problem. 2027 is just around the corner, and as a result, if they don't get their act together, then there's going to be a problem. In fact, there's already a problem. And if they don't get their act together, and Peter Obi wants to come and contest under the platform of the Labour Party, he will be shooting himself in the leg, because credibility right now matters. He is known as Mr. Verification. Can he solve this problem in Labour Party? Or is it the case that he thinks in the back of his mind that it is hunky-dory with the citizens given to what is happening in the Labour Party, and he will come again and expect the people to dance around him? That ain't gonna happen, whether we like it or not. That ain't gonna happen. So this is a text of time for them. I personally give my opinion in this statement he made. That this statement is not a right statement to make. Because if we go back to the records, go back to YouTube and hear what he says, he stood by Peter Obi, stood by about himself, Aisha, Kenneth Okonkwo, all of them, they all flagged the Labour Party flag or logo during the 2023 general election. He's a lawyer as well too. Can they not address the Labour Party constitution, whereby if any officer here, they have to deal with it? Why come out and say, I am not a member of a Labour Party? If the party is shown that they are not different from the system, we're trying to clean the system. Is it by walking away you can clean the system? Well, maybe he wants to start his own political party. There's something that they know that we don't know. But if Kenneth Okonkwo is saying that 2027 is about Peter Obi, not about Labour Party, are they hinting, or is it hinting that they are going to float another party anytime soon? As you can see, Peter Obi is traveling around the country, particularly going to the north, eating kuli and commissioning Jackie Pub for those around there. Maybe there's something that they know that we don't know. So for those of you who have joined me in the comment section, I would like to thank you very much for joining me. Comfort Babel, One Nigeria. So thank you also for joining. I like your comment. Who is this? This is Emeka. Good day to you. I don't know what you're speaking. I don't understand Igbo. So thanks for joining. Anyway, good day to you as well, to Odin. So it's me, not Dr. Damages. It will be here tomorrow, I believe so. So let's wait till tomorrow. Daniel Oyemochi, thank you also for joining. One Comfort Babel, no, I skip one person. Yeah, Comfort Babel, good afternoon as well too. Said I'm looking cute with your haircut. May God for you started this your dating issue on the comment section. May God forgive you. What part of the constitution say Peter Obi must run under Labour Party? When my reference to the constitution is not to the Nigerian constitution, to the Labour Party, and no constitution says that Peter Obi must run under any maybe they want to float their own party. Nobody knows. Like I said, there is no constitution. It's a free moral agent. It can be anywhere and do anything. After he left PDP and he came to Labour Party. Maybe he's going back to PDP. We don't know. Like I said, he's traveling around, meeting people, dancing around and everything. But the truth, let's face the fact of the matter here. You don't run away from a problem without even attempting to fix it. Okay? As you can see, what's his name? Dele Farotimi have distanced himself or is distancing himself from the Labour Party because of what is happening there. No transparency. They are meant to be the eyes and ears of the citizens, those who voted for them in the house there, in the chamber there. But unfortunately, we are seeing a different thing. I've said the same thing about that $30,000 that was given to them, that if Peter Obi fails to come out to address it, he should kiss his credibility goodbye. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to do nothing. So that is my position, and I stand on that position. Comfort again. I wonder, at one Nigeria. Thank you very much. Gravita, Dele Farotimi has always stood on his ground of not belonging to a party, but is supporter of Peter Obi. Okay. Is, like I said earlier, is not obliged to be a member of a party. He's been a huge supporter of Peter Obi, just like many other persons have, including myself then. Now I have a different mindset. But the question is this. He's a huge supporter of Peter Obi. Peter Obi campaigned on the platform of Labour Party. So I believe that they are going there to make a difference. So there is no way we can separate him from that party. It's not possible. He may not be a registered member by paper, but as long as you're supporting the principal person from that party, equally supporting the party. You want the good. What if, the question is, what if Peter Obi had won the 2023, Labour Party has won the 2023 general election? Will he say the same thing, that is not a member of the party? That's the question. Will he say the same thing? If Peter Obi is the president and things are happening today as it is today, will he say the same thing? The answer to that question, I think it's no. So yes, I understand, but that message alone, that statement alone, trust me, if care is not taken, it will come back to haunt him. I'm telling you the truth. The more things change in Nigeria, the more they stay the same thing. Betty Angel, thanks you for joining. And biochemistry, electricity, that is not true. What exactly is not true? If you don't mind to tell me what exactly is not true. What did I say, or what have I highlighted that is not true? I will appreciate if you can you can be guilty for another person's crime. You can't be guilty for another person's crime. If you are involved in that crime in the form of aiding and abetting, then you will be guilty in that crime. If you are not part of that crime, you have nothing to do with it, how then can you be guilty of that crime? He is a supporter of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is part of the Labour Party. Peter Obi has not come out to say that he's not a member of the Labour Party. He campaigned vigorously during the 2023 general election for Labour Party. Whether he's a supporter of Peter Obi or not, Peter Obi, why distancing yourself now? Why not look for a solution to what? To the problem. When you keep running away from the problem, as intellect, it's an intelligent person. When you run away from the problem, so it's going to another party. Or when I read the comment on the video, someone actually said, so if he forms another party now and there is a problem, he will not stay to address it. He's going to run away and leave the party. That's what somebody asked in the comment section on the Video Arise News. So what exactly are we saying here now? Because 2027 is around the corner and there is problem in the party. These are people that the individuals look up to. Well, thank you for joining us, SaharaTV. This guy is talking nonsense. You're entitled to your opinion, and you are welcome to say exactly what nonsense that I'm talking about. And taking 30K is on them, not Obi. This is where you are incorrect in that. Let me explain this to you. Peter Obi is a member of the Labour Party. I need you to be very careful on this thing you say now. He's a member of the Labour Party. He campaigned. People voted. Whether it voted for him or not, they voted for him under the umbrella of what? Of the Labour Party. He could also be somewhere else. But as long as he campaigned and they voted for him under the umbrella of the Labour Party, he is part of them. And yes, he did not collect the $30,000, but he has the moral obligation to come out and address this issue, because it talks about transparency, accountability, and verification. He has to address it. Same way he addressed the issue of the president having the office for the First Lady. Same way he spoke about the money that was given to the office of the First Lady. He's been vocal in the issue of what? Of the president. Why can he not be vocal in the issue of what? Of the party? Do you think, in your own opinion, if he comes out again in Labour Party come 2027, people will give a toss about it? No. Dele Farotimi also said that Peter Obi has raised an army that are what? That are willing to lay their life for the truth. Where are this army? So is it the case of, okay, when the tide is bad, we jump ship, we go away? Should it not be the case of no retreat, no surrender? So how do you get the system right if for just this little thing, you're saying you're not a member of the party? Does the party not have a constitution to deal with members who do not comply, who are not complying to the rules and regulations? I'm going to post the comments soon. The link soon. So let me just copy and send you the link at Antcar Biochemistry. You're welcome to join if you want to join the debate, the discussion. You're welcome to join. I've posted this thing. One Nigeria will come to you again. And let's say, what is your point? Nigeria is in problem everywhere. Is Obi the problem? Obi is part of the problem. If you don't know, you better know now. When you keep silent and when evil is taking place right under your nose and you keep silent, you're part of the problem. Augustine, thanks for joining this broadcast this afternoon. Just give me 1 second. Let me take what has Dele contributed to the success of the party? Talk. Thank you very much for that. How does that reduce PMS price? Well, unfortunately, it does not affect even the price of rice. But we are trying to get the price of rice and the price of PMS right. But if we have people like this saying this, making such a statement, then it's it speaks volume. GK 2027 is not around the corner. Anything can happen in the next 24 hours. Where Nigeria is concerned, there's nothing that is impossible. I've shared the link. Augustine, you said, are you the one
Yes,
that is
it's me. Good morning. Good
about chemistry? Okay. What's your pushback here, please, if you don't mind me
Now,
asking?
look, you cannot force people to behave in a particular way. You have been in position of authority before, or let's say in your various communities. You have one person who decided this is what he wants to do. And there's nothing you can do to a full-grown man. Don't forget that this Obidients Movement is about 7 months old. And there's one thing we say, it is time that tests character. Character is like pregnancy. You cannot hide it for long. Even if you are there doing your things, after some time, your true character comes out. We didn't know much about Abure, but you and I saw what happened. If I need to invite you for a meeting to come to come to New York, I will tell you, come maybe a month's notice, depending, maybe you live in the UK. But a situation where you are coming in the next 2 days, I suddenly change the venue. And the antics that were going, you and I know that is not honorable. So does that now translate that Peter Obi, it should be on Peter Obi? And one thing we should always know is this. Have you ever thought why, if maybe I am the president of Nigeria, and you therefore issue a kind of statement, it beckons on me not to react immediately. Take some time off, 1 day, 2 days, 48 hours, 72 hours, marshal your thoughts. Don't talk when you are angry. Marshal your thought before you speak. And that is why you see the last topic we're talking about, Erisco food. That is why I blame Erisco food. Because something was said. You don't marshal your thought. You just come to the public and start hitting hard. Now it has gone global. And if you ask me who caused it, if you ask me, it is the public relation of Erisco food. Let me go to the crux of the matter. Now, we have a neighboring country, Senegal, where somebody ran as an independent candidate and won. And I know that most of the party in the country did not give him the candidacy because of the president who was there. But yet he still won. I have a situation where I can vote for Labour Party in the president and I vote for PDP in another position because of the credibility of the person. You cannot tell me that in the whole of APC, there is no one person who is good. Maybe if you flaunt him as a governor of a state, say, okay, we know this person. People should be judged by their antecedents.
All right, I'm going to ask you a few questions now. In the context of this discussion now, Dele Farotimi said he's not a member of LP. That the party has shown that they are not different from the system. I know you don't know, but in your own opinion, why do you think he came out to make such a statement?
That is, now he came out to make that statement. Maybe he wants to dissociate himself from the evil, from what we saw, the drama. But to be honest with you, he is not a member of the Labour Party.
If you listen to my opening statement, it is his prerogative to be a member or not to be a member. Nobody can force anybody to be a member. But you agree with me that a campaign or is a staunch supporter of Peter Obi, and yes, Peter Obi campaign under the platform of the Labour Party.
That's correct.
So, which means by association, he is a Labour Party member, not by association. Let's be realistic here. I am here broadcasting under the platform of what? Of Rudolph Okonkwo, Dr. Damages. So the onus is on me to respect and protect the integrity of what? Of the platform. Is that correct?
That's true.
Good. So Peter Obi campaign under what? Under the platform of Labour Party, not under any other party. So by association, because if you go to the videos in the past, he did comment Labour Party. He may not be a member. He did comment Labour Party. So by association, is associated to Labour Party in one form or the other. Would that be correct?
Okay, good. Association, Labour Party, let's just put that in a big tag there. Now, that does not mean you will not criticize something that is being done under the Labour Party.
No. I did not say it should not criticize. I am saying we're trying to find a solution to a problem. So when Peter Obi left PDP, he came to Labour Party. And Labour Party, as at then, was seen as the party of the 21st or 22nd century. Everybody was for Labour Party, whether you're a member or not. Even those who are obedient, also some of them are not a registered member of the Labour Party. But Peter Obi campaigned under what? Under the platform of Labour Party. And by so doing, they are what? By association. By association. So coming now to say that the party is not, as shown, they are not different from the system. Peter Obi is a member of the party. Is that correct?
That's very true. Go on.
So if Peter Obi is a member of the party and he is saying that the party has shown they are not different from the system, does that include Peter Obi as well too?
Now, it does not include Peter Obi here. Let's put it this way. As I said, every man is responsible for his action. Every man is responsible. You cannot just come to the whole thing as, okay, all Nigerians are this. Because there are people in Nigeria who have made waves in different field of endeavors. People who have even been given bribes and they stood and said, no, we will not take it. You and I have seen that in the world. When Nigerians, we say Nigerians do this or do that or do that, but we have seen people who have done well in the field of, let's say, sciences, in the field of politics, in the field of every endeavor in the country. Do you now say, okay, lump sum, everybody is bad? Even from my basic law of proof by induction, if one thing does not obey a law, then the law is false. So it is very right that one can criticize. I said it sometime on this platform before. I hate praises. I hate it to the fullest. Anybody who praises me the first, second, and third time, I send you away. You are not my friend. I'll prefer those who criticize me and say, okay, this is what you have done wrong, and this is how you can correct it. Okay. And that is why I am even endeared to Dele Farotimi to even have the guts to criticize that this is wrong.
Okay. It's not correct. Austin, what country are you in? You are based in the US.
Yes.
Okay. This guy that was expelled from the house, what's his name again? The recent guy that was Just Santos. It belongs to the Republican. Would that be correct?
I don't know his party, but I know it was.
It belongs to the Republican. Eventually, the Republican had to get rid of him. Would that be correct?
I don't follow their politics. I don't follow.
Okay. But you know he was taken off.
I know he was sent out of the house.
He was sent out by his own party, not by another person. So I'll take you back to the $30,000 that was, according to, even Rudolph has also made a video on it that Akpabio gave to the senators. In your own opinion, do you think the Labour Party senators also collected that money?
They didn't raise an alarm, so they collected.
So they collected it.
Yes, by
in your own opinion, what do you think Peter Obi should do?
Good. There was a time when the election just ended. Peter Obi.
Austin,
no,
stay on the question I'm asking you.
Yes, that's why I want to say something on the question.
Right.
He gathered the lawmakers and said, "You have been sent there to serve the people. I cannot force your decision." He cannot force your decision, but you should always abide by the rule of your conscience and the rule of law. So if they collected 30,000, it is on them. And I'm happy that Obidients come out to say, but what are you even doing in the house? This was a 7-month-old thing that brought them. So if you don't do the right thing, be rest assured that somebody will kick you out in the next election.
Okay. Austin, I'm going to take you back again, okay? In your opinion, they collected that $30,000. In your opinion?
Okay? Yes, by inference.
Because nobody has come out to say, oh, we didn't collect it. Oh, it's a lie. Nobody gave us 30,000.
That is true. Correct.
So does the Labour Party have a constitution in dealing with a party who, a member, beg your pardon, who behaved or accept bribe?
Good. That's a very good question. I don't know the nitty-gritties of the Labour Party when it comes to that. But one thing you and I are very sure about is that the institutions in Nigeria are very weak. Even if the Labour Party has that instrumentality in its constitution, you and I know to implement it will be bad. Why? I would judge by the body language of the chairman, Abure. To be honest with you, from what I saw, from his shenanigans when it comes to this convention shows that he cannot even discipline his own members. Why? Because he is guilty. People who can discipline their members are people who stand above board, where they will tell you that I will not do it, and they will not do it. Abure is not that kind of person. You move to Benin City, they said no. You go to Abia, they said don't come to my house. You run to Anambra. The first thing I heard, I don't know whether I'm correct, he went to Oka first before diverting to Newi. That shows he's petty. A man who is dirty cannot discipline another person, because by the time you want to talk, I'll remind you, not be your own be that. Even the Bible says it. You cannot remove plaque from an eye where you have a spleen in your own eye. And that is why sometimes I will say this based on my own conviction. When Peter Obi speaks, people take him serious. Why? He has shown it. The record is there. When Alex Otti speaks, people take him serious because the antecedents is there.
Okay, Austin. People take him serious. Has he weighed in or said anything in respect to the 30,000?
According to Peter Obi's spokesperson, he said that Peter Obi intervened in the problem for the Labour Party. He said, okay, I beg, we should try to shift the convention to give everybody a
No, I'm not talking about the convention. I'm talking about the $30,000.
Okay, good. You are a member of my family. Let's assume that I stand in a, okay, maybe you are my elder brother and the junior brother. Okay, whether it's anyone. I was the one who collected the 30K. As a member of my family, I don't think you will go to the Victory Boulevard at the New York to start shouting that my junior brother or my brother collected this. The most important is to come, my brother. We will talk it even from behind. I don't expect Peter Obi to come to social media to start pointing Kingibe or point other members of the Labour Party on social media, not to drag them closer from behind and say, this one no work. You are supposed to have collected the budget and read, not 30,000 replacing the budget. No, you should collect the budget, read everything there, and criticize constructively. So I don't know whether he interfered in the 30,000 or not. But one thing I know which is certain is that it is not everything you come, especially in this case, that come, because you and I know how Nigerians do it. If I criticize members of the Labour Party that this thing you did was not good, you collected 30K, you and I know that the PDP and the APC will turn it opposite and say, okay, all of
Austin,
you are this.
Austin.
So one thing I think I am certain about this is
Austin,
that, look,
Austin, let me stop you there. You say, we will never get things right if we do this. It's not fair, because when we're talking about bribery, receiving and giving of bribe here, and it's not something we would do in privacy or in private, because it's already out there in the open. The reason why things don't change in that country is because there is no consequences for actions or for whatever it is.
That's true.
$30,000 being taken and is out there in the open is not something they do in private any longer again. In fact, if it's where you are, the country where you are, and a lawmaker accept $30,000 bribe, either Democrat or Republican, they are not going to deal with the matter in private. Do you agree with me on that?
That is very true. It must not even up to collect $500 illegally, and it's proven. You will believe it.
Okay, so I want us to be very careful on that, because if we want this change or this transparency, Peter Obi campaign on transparency, and transparency means that you have to be transparent for everyone to see. And if everyone is not seeing that transparency, then there's a question mark. We must not be emotionally carried away because we support Peter Obi and want to justify evil. No,
I'm not supporting case of, look, I'm one person where whenever I want to know if something is correct or wrong, I don't think that something must be done to me before I say, okay, it's wrong. No. If I want to know if something is correct, I switch the table around. If I do something to somebody, for me to know it's correct, I'll switch it. What if I was the victim? How will I feel? That is when I capture my real emotions and know if I'm doing something right or wrong.
We are talking about the law here. We're
now,
not talking
yes,
about
let's
how
let's
you
go.
feel
Let's
here.
go. Let's go with the law. Peter Obi must not talk for you to do the right thing. That's the truth. And you and I know that there, as I said, there may be some clauses in the Labour Party constitution that says that if you collect this kind of thing or you are found of bribes and the rest, you can be recalled or something. I don't know how they want to put it. But as I said, the institutions in Nigeria now are very weak. Very, very weak. The only time you
let
can
me
knock
ask
on the
you a
doors of the
question.
Labour Party members now is in the next general election.
Austin, if who makes up the institution?
We have different institutions.
No. What makes up the institution? Are they not human beings that makes up the institution?
Yeah, human beings.
That makes up the institution.
Yes.
So if there are human beings that makes up the institution, and we are padding things or we are petting things now, when they get there, what do you think they will do?
Look, the fact that Labour Party lawmakers, they are member of the institution of National Assembly, do not do things right, does not mean that because I refuse to talk or I refuse to come in public and castigate every member of my own party or my own family will make me the nice person. Like, as I said, everybody has his own way of talking. Everybody has his own way of doing things. For me, as I said, for me, to be honest with you, electricity, we learn about each other every day. If I talk about your electricity, it's because I like you. If I don't like you, I don't even comment about you. So on this same matter of the 30,000, I don't expect Peter Obi to craft a tweet or craft a press conference to tell me that my members of my party did this. It is to call them in a meeting as a national leader of a party and give your own dissatisfaction why you people are not looking at the budget very well. But I must not bring it up into the open. If, okay, presently, members of the community, the people of Nigeria, the Obidients Movement have asked questions. What do they do, sir, for that house? If nothing is done about it, they will return to us after 4 years.
Okay.
For a re-election. That is now when
Mr.
we
Ike,
tell them,
welcome.
you are not going anywhere.
Austin, welcome. Mr. Ike, good afternoon. I'll come to you. I'll come to you first, Mr. Ike, and I'll come to you, Will, Austin. Austin, you just said that someone asked a question. Hold on, I'll come to you. Please, what's this $30,000 about? The $30,000 was given to the senators not to challenge the budget, and the budget was padded with 3.7 trillion naira. So they were giving, in a nutshell, they were giving bribe. They took bribe from Akpabio not to challenge the budget. Now, Austin, are you familiar with the Code of Conduct of Public Servants?
Yes. Look, the Code of Conduct of Public Servants in Nigeria, I don't know. But the ones in the United States, I have attended over and over. Public procurement and everything you should do.
The Code of Conduct is in the 5th schedule of the Nigerian Constitution, made reference to civil servants not to take or receive bribe to do their job. So would you consider the 30,000 an issue of criminality?
Very correct. With all due, with all fairness and justice, it is criminality. And in a system that works, to be honest with you, the people are supposed to call them back.
So if you are agreeing that it's an issue of criminality for taking that $30,000, why then would you say this matter should be dealt privately within the House?
I am not saying that it should be dealt privately within the House. I am saying that P2B must not talk for us to do the right thing.
Okay.
It's not like he's the judge. If it's a case where he's the judge and this is brought to his court, to be honest with you, even if he's my brother and according to the law, it stipulates 10 years imprisonment, I will look at you and sentence you to 10 years imprisonment.
Okay. So let me go by what you just said again. It's Peter Obi don't have to talk, but the people must talk. So the people you are referring to, the citizens, would that be correct?
Yes, the people, the citizens.
Okay. And what is expected of the citizens to do in this regard?
Now, according to the law of the land, which I may not be very conversant with this kind of law, first, like in Santos' case, a hearing was done in the house and he was found guilty of everything and he was sent out of the house. Now, for the people themselves, let's say it's my constituency. If my own representative did such a thing where he's supposed to have criticized the budget that took money, then we start gathering the signature for him to be recalled.
So what you are suggesting, what you're saying is, in terms of the recall, which is Section 68 and Section 110 of the Constitution, what you are alluding to is that the people are the problem. They should be the one to rise to call the recall those officers back.
Correct. I have always said that the laws of Nigeria are good, but the implementation is very poor.
Okay.
In such a way that
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
In
go
such a way that, to be honest with you, we start gathering signature today. It is still members of our ranks who will still go and sabotage everything because of money. We see it every day with the NLC, where we shout and shout and shout. The president splash money, everybody shuts up. In Nigeria, the integrity of people can easily be bought and sold with cheap money. Not even big money. If you reach millions, sometimes 50, 100, or what number of thousands. So I blame the people more. That's why I keep on saying, for me, I always listen to, when I listen to movies, when I see movies, I always look at major statements. One movie I saw, I've forgotten, all this mass, I think this old movie, The Mask of Zorro, one guy made a statement. The greatness of a nation lies in its people. If you destroy the people, that nation is on its way to doom. And I blame more the Nigerian people. I have voted since 2010. I have my duty as a citizen. I go to the polling booth to make, even a councillorship, I will go vote. I went there to vote even during the time of Soludo, when Soludo came to power. I remember that they brought money like this and gave it to me. I said, no, I'm not interested. I will vote for the person I want. It was a very serious problem that they wanted to even fight with me. I said, I won't fight me for my vote. I know they take your money, Oga. Keep it to yourself. But people collected and voted anyhow they wanted to vote. I will put it everywhere. I voted for Soludo because I felt he was the best at that time, even though he has failed. So my point is that even the people are culpable. Okay. I will put it to you, electricity. Let's say you are a governor. You want to get into office. If you bring the money and I refuse to collect it and the people refuse to collect it, and we still vote you, you go think twice.
Okay.
This one will not collect my
money. We agree on one thing, which I've always campaigned on, that the people are the problem and the people equally are also the solution.
Thank you.
Why I don't agree that Peter Obi shouldn't come out to speak, he must come out to speak, is because of his position. And I said it again, and I'll repeat myself again. Come 2027, he spoke in respect to the SUV. He didn't say anything in respect to the token. He has been outspoken in respect to the present government, calling them out. And yet there is fire in the party which he belongs to. And here we are saying he doesn't have to say anything. I'll come back to you, Austin.
Okay,
Mr. Ike, the floor is yours. I'll come back to you.
Speak, please.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the show.
Hey, brother Austin, how are you? It's been a long time. And electricity, that's been a while. Listen, I was listening, but because I'm expecting a visitor, but I heard why you're trying to drag Austin to say what he's not supposed to say concerning Labour Party and Mr. Peter Obi. I know who you are, electricity. I know what you believe. I know where you are coming from. You keep repeating the same question, put it in a different form so that it will fall for you, but he did not. I want to let you understand something. The people at the National Assembly were voted under the Labour Party. And there is a law that is guiding the National Assembly. They are operating based on that law. Mr. Peter Obi, as the leader of Labour Party, can only do what he can do. The least that you can do is that every member of that Labour Party in the National Assembly will decamp to APC or PDP. You do not have any power to control them. You control them through the people. When after 4 years, we have seen a lot of people who became Labour Party members in everywhere in Nigeria today. We are beginning to see that they use the influence of Mr. Peter Obi to get where they are, because they know actually in reality that in other political party they can never be nominated to be a member to go to either State House of Assembly or the National Assembly. The same thing now that 6 members of the Labour Party in Enugu House of Assembly has decamped to PDP. Those people, those 6 who decamped, know actually that they can never get the nomination in PDP. So Labour Party become a platform even a blind man, even somebody who is walking on the street can use in 2023 and win election because of the man that is at the head of everything. Now, the world and the obedience and Nigerians, people who are fighting for a new Nigeria, are
Mr.
right.
Ike,
So,
okay,
2027. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
now.
you now. You got frozen
So,
at the point.
2027, we are beginning to see the people that we elected both in the House of Assembly and the National Assembly. It all depends on the people that these people represent at the end of the day. That when they come back to seek for their renomination, it is the people who voted them now that have seen that these people are false and they are fake. The power belongs to the people. But the problem that you will be telling me that I will believe now, some of the people who elected these people, even in 2027, will collect 1 bag of rice and tomato and Maggi and still return these people to the National Assembly. That's my problem.
Okay,
So
Mr.
Peter
Austin,
Obi, I'm coming.
you
Peter Obi, you are calling
confused me now.
everywhere. Peter Obi is, if you're following Mr. Peter Obi, you should know who Mr. Peter Obi is. Can I continue?
Yeah, continue. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Continue.
Mr. Peter Obi has the constitution of Labour Party. He knows everything that is going on. He has told them in private. He spoke a little bit in public. Listen, follow the constitution of your party. Make sure that everything is done accordingly. I am not going to be any part and parcel of anything that beneath the credibility of my statue in Labour Party. And that is where he's standing. He told them in private. He said it in public. Today again, he will say it before you to know. This man knows what he's doing. There was nowhere he has spoken to the people he's supposed to speak to that he felt that they were with him during the 2023, which is Aburi and his colleagues. The handwriting is written on the wall already. That he already seen the people he thought that he was with them. But know that Mr. Peter Obi is a very careful man. He had a lot of people that we don't see, that knows Nigerian politics that is following Mr. Peter. Peter Obi is not standing alone. There are a lot of people at his back. He listened to people. It was a very political strategy that Mr. Peter Obi never got anything to do with what happened in Newi, because he knew the people that are with him know that this is going to be a shamble. Right? So, for you to everything you want to tell Peter Obi cannot do much. Those people in the National Assembly, they can tell you tomorrow, listen, they can wake up tomorrow and they come to party. Then good means they don't have a Labour Party. It doesn't mean that he's not speaking to them. He talks to them. He speaks to them like my brother Austin said. He has been speaking in the public. He has been saying it. He talked about this budget several times in public. This money that was padded, Nigeria, they should review the budget that they're trying to pass. He said he has spoken about this in public. So it's not only when he comes to us, you must return the $30,000 or $8. What else? What are you going to do? You cannot suspend him. If you suspend him, he becomes another political party. This is Nigerian politics for you.
Okay, sir.
Right? It is not for the people. You like you used to talk about to record. You used to talk about to recalling people. We are watching. We are following. We are keeping notes. We are writing everything down, what is going on, the process that is going on, that is unfolding. Both the members in the State House of Assembly, members in the National Assembly, the executive of Labour Party, those that are claiming to be with Mr. B, we are writing down our notes. We are making notes. We are writing down things, right? the sacrifices that all of us made in 2023, nobody, I am telling you, nobody is going to put it into the drain. For anybody that have decided to do it, that person is going to face the consequences of nature and things of the spiritual world, because he's not going to go free. Because we didn't do what we did for our personal interest. What we did was for a better Nigeria. And some people now decided that what they're going to do for selfish political power, they want to hang on to power. It's not going to work.
Okay, so let me ask you a question in respect to what you said.
Yeah, actually.
Under the umbrella of Labour Party, Peter Obi inclusive, I voted for him, so I have every right to criticize and question him. If he sits in front of me, I will say the same thing. It makes no difference to me. That's who I am. You said if they are suspended, they will decamp to another party. Would that be correct, sir? Am I quoting you right?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So let's say
even
that
before you make that suspension, they would decamp.
Okay, sir, don't you think, in your own opinion, if they are suspended for that 30,000 and they decamp, don't you think it will send a good message to what? To those who are coming behind, in your opinion?
It will send a good message, electricity, but let me remind you what Brother Austin said. The same executive party of Labour Party that is going to suspend the people that are taking 30,000. Is it not the same chairman Aburi and his executive, the same people that have been leveled with all kinds of allegations? They are the same people that is going to suspend somebody that is already now in the National Assembly. Which power, which authority, which moral standing does Aburi has right now to suspend anybody which is executive in the Labour Party? So it's not like I am pardoning what they said. It's not like Mr. Peter Obi is liking what they did. But look at the circumstances of what is going on in Labour Party right now. Who are you going to hold that is responsible for Labour Party right now? Yesterday, the BOT have taken over.
Okay, sir.
Some executive is in India, we rejoice.
Everybody is waiting for 2027. And Aburi is going to be there up to 2027. Is that correct, sir?
I think he's no longer in charge because the Board of Trustees just took over.
No, he's still in charge. There was convention and he was to return as the party chairman.
The same how INEC said they were not informed and did not acknowledge it because the rules say that INEC should acknowledge it.
Let's have an hypothetical situation.
The connection is cutting off. I can't hear you well.
We can't hear you, Mr. Ike. Sorry about that. But let's go by a hypothetical discussion here that it stays till 2027, till the next election, meaning that those who will come into that party and be senators will not be different from the ones that are there. Would that be correct?
Sorry, I even
no. Okay,
I will,
sorry.
Mr. Will.
Can I answer that?
You're welcome.
Okay, go first, sir. Please go first, sir.
Let me answer that. Listen, my brother, electricity. If you remember, last interview Mr. Peter Obi had. Mr. Peter Obi is never going to influence anything that is not constitutional in any political setting. Never. And that is why I am telling you, listen to him in the space today by 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Right? So, whosoever that is coming to Labour Party when all this brouhaha goes and finish, my brother, I am telling you today, is not going to be the same. And that is why Aburi and his clique of, greedy men doesn't want that expansion of Labour Party, doesn't want the obedient community to come into the executive of Labour Party, because they know their fear is that obedient are coming to take over Labour Party. They are coming to drive them away from Labour Party.
Mr. Ike, you are having, I think you're having this. Mr. Will, I'll give the floor to you.
Can I just make a comment
that you were able to have about 6 million obedience? in one election under 9 months, you were able to have 6 million people. Was it not a very greater opportunity for you to open your door wide and bring in more millions of people into your fold? But rather, no. You want to remain there, which means that if Peter Obi walk away tomorrow, Labour Party will just die naturally as is always dead. Because that is the point.
In my opinion, I think it would be wise for Peter Obi to walk away now. And I still say, come 2027, I have a right to express my opinion, Austin. Okay, in my opinion,
it's true.
Yeah.
But look at what Mr. Peter Obi talk about walking away. Sorry for 1 second. What Mr. Peter Obi talk about walking away when they asked him in Lagos during the Obedient convention with Labour Party in Lagos, they asked him, all this thing that is going on, are you ready to walk away from Labour Party and form a political party? He answered and said, quote me, if I leave Labour Party to go and form another political party, the same thing that drove me away from Labour Party, how are you sure the same people are not the same people who are going to infiltrate the new political party?
Okay.
So my position is, my position is, I want everything to be done properly. Allow the convention, postpone the convention at least till June or August.
They've done the convention.
Bring everybody into the fold. No, forget about the convention.
Please, can I say something? I wish to go.
Also make it brief because I need to give.
I just want to go. You know, today is Good Friday, and very soon they'll start the whole religious things. And now let me just say something.
This is my own religious thing I'm doing. So everybody has their own religion.
That one is personal. It's personal.
It's not personal, Austin. Whoa. Hold on. It's not personal. We're trying to get things right here, and this is how we get things right. We're doing God's work here.
Yes,
who does not recognize this as God's work? All right, go ahead.
That's why I said the most important thing I love most about 2023 is that people started talking.
Okay.
So because people are talking, to be honest with you, even the thief does not want you to call him the thief. If you tell the guy you the thief, he go vex. Even though you know saying be thief. So that's one thing I love about 2023.
Austin, I probably disagree with you on that because I just came from Nigeria. So
that one day.
Will, now the floor is yours.
Tell Gossip Akpabio that you be thief. You go sing go vex. Because he don't say they do and Ben want me to tell her. And that's by the way. Please.
Will, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself, Will?
I want to respond. I've been listening for the last.
Sorry about that. My apologies.
For the topic. I've been listening for the past 10 minutes about the topic. The party, Labour Party. Of course, when Labour Party came on board last year, we all supported it. I even called my parents back home to join it because Obi's record, okay, his past record. But what has transpired in the last few months, I would say I'm disappointed in Obi, black and white. Why? People came to that party because of him. That's why people came there and supported him. And when they say that silence in the face of injustice is injustice himself. If someone is silenced, you see wrong, you are silenced because your integrity itself is wrong. No. So he ought to have spoken out, crystal clear, that what's going on from the chairman. I remember it was it's like bottom line, what is manifesting now to rule Nigeria. Nigeria is so tough country. To rule Nigeria, you have to be straightforward and bold. You have to call the spade. If that's it, to keep your integrity. You can't come to the party and people are acting under you. At least right now, he is the leader of the party. He is the leader. And what has been manifesting, the chairman, the accusation, left and right, it's like it seems rather quiet. And the only thing he spoke so far is that they will do some holistic investigation, audit, and even like you've been saying about the people in their taking bribes. It's quiet. If you want to be a leader, you can't be quiet and say you have to speak up. You either leave the party immediately, or when you are in there, you have to represent and speak the truth. Presidency is not a do or die, but integrity is rather is important. I'm surprised that my brother is supporting that he has to be quiet. You are the leader of the party right now. So when you see injustice, you call it out. Remember Obasanjo's time. That's why I like Obasanjo, even though he failed a little bit, he didn't do. People that he has to say his mind. Let the ship fall where they may. But the fact that he's quiet now is like a bit of timidity, drawing back. I don't want to step on somebody's toe, but he's the leader. So the party right now is just as bad as APC. Corruption, left and right. Bottom line, they have lost a lot of support. Bottom line. If they have support now, it'll be mainly from the Southeast fully. Last year, they were getting some other region and from Southwest. People are coming on board, but what's manifesting now, people are expecting him to come out in a big press conference and address it and call anybody out. But he hasn't done that.
But I think he has commented on this matter, sir.
What did he say? I'm following that. What did he say?
Peter Obi, okay, through Peter Obi spokesperson, he said he has spoken to. Let me speak now.
let me just right there.
You see, this is Austin. Sorry for this is 30,000.
No, I'm saying that.
Let me speak now. Let me speak about it.
Austin, hold on. Austin, you're not going to speak. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Will, and Desta will speak. I'll come back to you. Go ahead, Mr. Will.
You have to be. That's what I'm saying. That you have to be bold. You can't speak to your spokesperson. That's manifestation of fear and timidity. Or Nigeria is so tough. You have to come out. You have to come out. This is a big man. Nigeria's problem is corruption. Immediately, corruption it's been coming. Labour Party is manifesting. He should have come out. We know that he has integrity himself, but look at Buhari. Buhari, they say Buhari didn't steal any money, but people around him stole. He couldn't talk. So we have seen the same characteristic and integrity. People will be saying you can't control them. So before you respond to me, the fact that this matter is so great and so great that he should have come out himself. No press conference, no by himself and address it. He didn't do that. That's a big disappointment. So go ahead.
Thank you, Desta. The floor is yours. I'll come back to you, Austin. Desta, we can't hear. We're not hearing you, Desta. You are not muted, but for some reason, we're not hearing you. Desta, can you hear me? Can you indicate by waving your hand if you're hearing me, Desta? I think. Okay. Yeah, we hear you. No, but it's not clear, Desta. Now, what you should do is try to log out and log in back again. But we're not here. It's not clear. We're not hearing you very well. Okay, sorry about that, Desta. Try and log out. Yeah, back to this issue. You see, let me take some few comments here. I highlighted where did I stop? I wish electricity is going after the government. And listen, if I go after the government, there's no harm in going after the government or speaking about the government. It still comes down, if we're going to remove this government, it comes down to our legislators for them to be able to remove the government. It comes down to the people in their constituency to put fire in the bomb of those who are representing them. So going after the government, there's a proper way to go after the government. But we are trying to achieve or pursue a new government in this context. And I've heard Austin's argument, Mr. Ike's argument, and I highlighted some comment here. This comment here, Peter Obi people defend Peter Obi too much. It's funny Nigerians won't change, but we'll not do the heavy lifting, the real work. Our thinking is what Obi cannot do anything really. Someone has to lead the struggle. Okay, you see, he may not be the chairman of the party at the moment. If I'm correct, Aburi is the party chairman, but he has a lot to do. He has to speak out because he campaigned on the platform of integrity, transparency, and accountability. $30,000, receiving $30,000. It's not just the money. It's a crime. 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 It's a it's a crime punishable under the law. Now, even if the law do not punish them, the party holds members' responsibility to what? To remove them if it's in their constitution. Therefore, if he keeps quiet, I don't know the constitution. I've requested for Labour Party constitution. I've requested for it. If he continues to keep quiet, like I said, I stand on what I say again. His integrity, his transparency, or whatever he campaign on, will blow on his face. Trust me on that. Desta, welcome back. The floor is yours. Desta, we can hear the noise on the background, but we can't hear you. Okay. Maybe you are you using Peter Obi's network or Tinubu's network?
Tinubu get network. Even if they say Tinubu network, I don't go buy. Because
all right, I'll come back to you again. Let me just quickly take some comment. Electricity, I'm looking for. So I'll come to this. Niger said the real problem of Nigeria is our thinking. The people are just like their leader. They think alike. To change this way, we must have to make conscious change in attitude, ways, and thinking. Thank you for that, Jose. You see, this is what I keep saying. Behavior change, which I will cover in my next broadcast. Behavior change, that we all need. 30,000 is what dollars. Austin, if you are giving $30,000 today, will it change your life?
Look, money is money. It will change your life no matter you can buy one or two things from it. Yes.
But in the face of people suffering in Nigeria, let's be careful here. In the face of people, millions of people suffering in Nigeria, those who are representing them, like we agree, the people are the problem, the people also are the solution. We agree on that. But in that phase, some people are collecting 30,000 and more. And the man who campaign on integrity, accountability, transparency, to the extent he challenged the Oba of Benin that he should go anywhere in the country and ask if he collected land from anybody. Then come back. He said he's going to step down as a Labour Party presidential candidate. And we are here saying that, I'm not saying you should carry listen, Austin, let's be very careful here. Like I said, I sit down here under the platform of Dr. Damages, Rudolph Okonkwo. There was a broadcast I was supposed to do in the past. Rudolph called me and said, Andrew, what is the purpose of this broadcast? And I told him. And he said, no, we don't do that. We can't do that. And I took it down. So if he is somewhere and he wants to protect the integrity, his own integrity, and he wants to improve the integrity of that party, he can do something.
I want to ask a sister question to what you just said now.
Right.
Let us assume that Rudolph did not know about that broadcast. You made that broadcast and it had some negative energy on the channel. Will Rudolph go to jail for that broadcast because of
Rudolph will take down the broadcast?
That's what I'm saying, that if it's a case where it's a jail problem, will Rudolph go to jail because of your
he may go to jail. He may go to jail, or he will refer me to go to jail.
Good.
But he's not going to sit down still and keep quiet.
The point is that Obi, you know one thing, to be honest with you, see what we are trying to say here. Obi has shown, I always say this, when I want to vote a leader, I'm not voting the person who will do the right thing. I'm voting the person, if you mistakenly do the wrong thing and people cry out, will you reconsider your decision? A leader will never always do what is right. You may take a decision that is wrong, but somebody who knows better than you will say, no, this thing no go work. Change them. Will you listen? Obi has been talking too much and being vocal. That is why we expect him to speak on every little thing. And that is why I'm happy for him. No, let me just slant. That is why I'm happy for him. He shows what? He's a responsive leader who can listen. Now, besides that, he has been speaking on different. Sometimes he makes 2 or 3 broadcasts, maybe 2 or 3 tweets a day. But that does not mean that every little thing we want to say must be done the way we want it to be. If is a case, now talking about the 30,000, he has talked about the budget padding before. We have seen it in his tweet and his own standing on it. So we want a special tweet to say, okay, my members of my Labour Party, you are supposed to maybe return the money, or you are supposed to be suspended, or supposed to be done. To be honest with you, if I am the one in his shoes in the Labour Party, I will call them in and try to tell them, look at the rules that govern the party and see, you are not supposed to have collected this money. Or even beside the party, Nigerian party, even the laws of the land is wrong. You don't collect money for a favor you did not, for services you did not render. It is wrong. So Obi must not speak for us to know what is this or what is that.
Well, it has to speak, Austin. He spoke during the campaign. He has challenged the government on several times. He has called out Akpabio, called out Tinubu, called out his wife, called out several people. Why should this be different? I don't understand. Why should Labour Party issue be different that it doesn't have to speak all the time? Then it doesn't have to speak in respect to other issues that has to do with the country. The man said he's not desperate to be a president, but he's desperate to see the country work. So he should show the desperation. Thank you, Desta. Give it a shot again and see if it's working.
Can you hear me now? Am I better?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Finally, you are using my network now. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, thank you, Electricity, and for everybody, both listening and on the platform. I think, everybody has heard our opinions. First of all, what I want to say is that you're having this discussion, Electricity, already shows that it's the effect, is the roll-on effect of what Peter Obi has done. That this discussion is actually taking place, and that you are even thinking, okay, why is this not happening? Why is that? Because why I say so is this: in Nigeria, I've had political parties for the last 24 years. Nobody questions them. Nobody has their country to even. People don't come together to start questioning what the people have done, or even what there was PDP, there was AD, there was AMPP, there was even APC, even PDP. None of us came and started saying, why is this person not doing this? Why is that person not doing that? Why is that? Now, for what Peter Obi has done has significantly tells me that it has awoken the consciousness of people. But then, do we want a monarchy? The consciousness has been awoken. We should not now leave it down to Peter Obi has to be, if Peter Obi doesn't talk, then this. No, because the progress of Nigeria is not about Peter Obi's opinions alone. Neither is it about whether Peter Obi criticizes something or not. The progress of Nigeria is about us as a collective. That's the way I see it. As much as, yes, somebody might want Peter Obi to speak, another person might not want Peter Obi to speak. And there are different management styles. And no one is completely wrong. So the way we are holding Peter Obi to a very high extent, do we want him to become a military dictator for all of us? Okay, Peter Obi does not stand and do something that is right. Everybody will start saying.
Desta, sorry for interjecting you. Let me put it into context, okay?
Okay.
Peter Obi commands respect among his followers, okay? And according to Dele Farotimi, he said Peter Obi has been able to raise an army that are willing, quote and unquote, willing to lay their life forward for the truth. Okay. Now, the people need such leader to galvanize them, because it's not easy to galvanize people. If you were on the ground during the election, you will know how people really want the change. And that is what I have always been saying, that we should capitalize on that thing. Okay, I'm going to mute you for a while. He should capitalize on that to galvanize the people, particularly even in the context of this $30,000, where he could challenge the people that it is now in your hands to recall these officers, because they've clearly violated not just the moral constitution, but they've clearly violated, if it's in the Labour Party constitution, they've clearly violated the nation constitution. That is what I am saying, that if it has to be vocal in galvanizing the people, not keeping quiet. That is my point. That is what I expect him to capitalize on. I'm not expecting miracle from him. He's just a human being like me, like you. But when you find yourself in a position, you are able to move people who want change, then you have to tread in that path. But if we are saying that we are waiting for 2027 to get rid of these people, honestly speaking, write today's date down. Today is Good Friday of 2024. We're living in a dreamland. Go ahead, Dexter. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Electricity.
There is noise. There's noise in the background, Dexter.
There's noise in the background again. From where?
Yeah. We don't know the network you are using. It's like kind of a screech. Okay, it has stopped. Go ahead. No. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Dexter, and try again. It's still there. It's still there. All right.
Can I ask you one question on electricity?
Hold on, Austin, before you say it. Olumide, welcome to the platform. Go ahead.
Thank you, Electricity. So I listened carefully from the beginning, and I just thought I weigh in. So I mean, it's okay. I mean, we're in a democracy, and it is okay for somebody who is outside of the Labour Party or in the opposition to say, you know what, why, or member of another party, maybe that is not even, that does not even hold any elected, that does not have any elected member in any of the government parastatal, to ask questions of what the parties they look up to, like Labour Party, should be doing. But I mean, for me, even Obi speaking or not speaking is not even the major problem. He personally may even believe that he may have his own personal beliefs about what the Labour Party members in the House did. But I mean, it is just proof that our institutions are just a complete failure. Because in an institution where you have arms of government that are supposed to be independent of each other, the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature, and you have law enforcement agents, are they going to pretend, are these law enforcement agents going to pretend that they don't know what is going on, that monies were paid and monies were received just to get work officially done, work that they are paid for to do every month, to get it done? It's just a failure of our institution. Forget Obi, whether he talks or he doesn't talk. Like you said, the police should be looking into this matter. When people that should do the work that they should be doing for the people are paid, illegally paid to do the work they should be doing for the people, whether you are Labour Party, whether you are APC, whether you are PDP, the law enforcement agents should be looking to, they should be investigating and prosecuting anybody involved, from the Senate president to the members, anybody involved. I mean, for me, it's just evidence that our institutions don't work the way they should work.
Okay, Olumide, the institution you are referring to, what makes up that institution?
What makes up the institution?
Yeah.
The people who are in charge of that institution and the people who work in that institution.
The people who work in that institution. So people make up the institution.
That's right.
So right now, hypothetically, we are making excuses. So kind of for people who collected 30,000.
I'm not making excuses for them. What
I
I'm saying is that
Olumide, listen, I said
okay.
hypothetically. I didn't say you making excuses. I said we, kind of hypothetically. Let's
No,
say we are
you
making.
you have to qualify it properly. You, not me.
Okay. I withdraw that. Go ahead, please.
It's okay. So what I'm saying is that the institutions in Nigeria have failed all of us. The police don't know when they should act. The here in climes where I'm not going to mention any specific place. In climes, even in our neighboring countries, in our African neighboring countries, we see how things are properly done. You don't have to wait for the executive or somebody to give you a nudge before you do a role that you are constitutionally empowered and trained for to do. Because it is a waste of resources when, for instance, here we even see police people here. If we take example of what happens here in where in the climate Canada where I live, and maybe indeed in the US, and I'm sure it will be the same for you in the UK, where police can even they can act on statements people post online. They can act on tips, people can post things online and say this. It may be rumor, it may be news, but the police can act and look into it for public safety to making sure that this thing is not really what it is. They should be proactive. They shouldn't be reactive. When they read the papers every day and they hear this thing happening, they can use their powers to independently investigate, because it is the people who pay their salaries. It is the people who fund the workings, the institutions that should work for the people. It is not the politicians that are elected that they should be beholden to. When you wait for a man that you are supposed to investigate to give you the nudge, you will never get that nudge, or you will rather you don't do that. But our institutions should be independent. They should they're supposed to work independently of each other, so that if the Senate president is found guilty, they've investigated him, they've seen that money changed hands between accounts, and it was the state resources that they used to do that act. The police can forward a preliminary report to the Senate to say this is what your president did. They impeach him so that they can go and face prosecution if he has immunity, or one is done his term. One is done his term and they can't prosecute him while in office, or maybe that doesn't go through. They can still keep his file somewhere, and then they can go after him when he's done. I don't know why. See, our institutions everything has collapsed. You have to wait for the president before you act. You have to wait for this before you act. And even when the man gives you the go ahead to act, the moment somebody comes in and say, hey, stop it, don't investigate anymore, don't do that anymore, he influences you. That is it. That is the epitome of corruption. A society that is non-functional, that we don't have trust in, that we don't have belief in. Look at the Okwama case, for instance. The police is saying that they can't go in to investigate because the army has taken over the whole place. How can the army be taking over the function of a statutory body that is supposed? Is there a war going on there? Even if people kill the army, the police has a tactical unit. They have a squad that is supposed to deal with terrorism. They are trained for such purpose. Why can't the police go in there and investigate? We do everything backwards. We don't follow the law. We twist the law to our favor, and the place is all just a shithole, like I always say.
All right.
I mean, you don't understand everything happening. It's just a shithole.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. In respect to our weak institution, actually looking for something I wanted to put out there. The people make up the institution. Okay. And until we come to understand this, that it is you and I that will make up that institution. The generations that are behind us will make up the institution. The building, as we all agreed, is not the institution. And so if we don't get it right now, and we keep dilly-dally dancing from here to here, waiting for 2027, 2027, I don't even know what I'm saying, to come, and think that is when we will get it right. Well, we are all here. We are going to see how it's going to play out come 2027. It's just around the corner.
Primarily, just to summarize, electricity. See, the reason why I'm not saying the people don't have a fault, but if these institutions that are saddled with the responsibility play their role well, the way they should play it, anybody who has a mind or thoughts of coming to do evil or do wrong or disobey the law, majority will think twice. And those who still want to do or break the law, want to break the law, then they face the consequences of breaking the law. But when all of this don't happen, the people will continue to misbehave. So we are saying that the people, INEC as an institution, if they will not make the elections count the way it should count, people who want to cheat will continue to cheat and will continue to blame the people. Let the institutions that are saddled with making sure that this election counts, let them make it count. And the people who want to break the law will have second thoughts.
The Senate is an institution, okay? And they represent the people there. So if we want this institution to function the way it should function, like what Austin said that we agreed on, the people must act. And I repeat, and I'm going to repeat myself again. Peter Obi has an opportunity, okay? In that he's been able to galvanize the people, can galvanize the people continually to say, listen, yes, this is what happened. This is not what I stand for. You have an opportunity to change the narrative by recalling these people. But if we are now saying, I'm just saying if some of us say that we should wait till 2027, then they will be voted out. Oh, well and good. Are we not here? After all, we waited for 2023. What did we get? We get Tinubu.
Okay,
let's look for 2024.
Let me ask. Even if Obi speaks now, will Obi speaking make the IG look into the matter, or will he make Akpabio suspend those who were involved? Make the IG.
Akpabio, there's a noise coming from somewhere. Sorry, man of prestige, welcome. I don't know where the noise is coming from. Olumide, let's put this into context. You are in Canada, in the US, for example. No, let me come close to home. The UK recently, last week, an MP stepped down when his people sent in a recall petition because it was video lobbying for some betting companies. So a petition was made, a recall petition was made, still under discussion. He didn't wait for the result. He stepped down. Now, whether he will be prosecuted or not, we don't know. In the case of John Santos, whether he will face the wrath of the law, which I guess he will.
No, he's facing John Santos is being prosecuted.
But the House and the people did something first. He must leave that place first because he still has a degree of immunity or cover. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. So in the case of this $30,000 now that were given to these people, the Labour Party has a responsibility to say, you know what? We need to follow our constitution and also galvanize the people, which is you and I. It now depends if we do it, if we fail, but galvanize the people. We want a change. We want to change our institution, galvanize the people to recall these people out of there, not wait till 2027.
What about APC then? What about PDP then?
Olumide, we are talking about Labour Party in context because it has to start from somewhere. In context, the Labour Party came in as a party for change. They are the opposition party. And when the opposition party is seen as as collecting bribe, then it's no longer opposition party. Welcome, man of prestige. The floor is yours, man of prestige. Thank you. Man of Prestige, are you there? Man of Prestige is not there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Man of Prestige, we can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Hike.
Let me come back. I'm trying to adjust my stuff.
Okay, we can hear you now. Can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Hike, the floor is yours. You have to unmute yourself, sir.
Sorry, my internet also is keeping away, but I came in to talk to my I came in to talk to my brother. I don't know your name respectfully, sir. He spoke before. My brother by the way.
Olumide.
No, not Olumide. Not Olumide. I have another brother in the screen.
Dexter.
My name is Will.
Will, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, Mr. Will, good afternoon. I came in to encourage you and to also understand with you where you're coming from. We all are going through the same pain, the frustrations, and the anger that is on the air in our country called Nigeria. And a lot is expected of Mr. Peter Obi in the context of the situation we find ourselves. And I have to be honest with you, patience is one of the greatest instruments in the life of every human being. And we all have different ways of treating our situations. Mr. Peter Obi has come to represent an institution for many people in Nigeria and Africa and beyond. And I feel your pain that maybe he's not speaking the way you think he's supposed to be speaking. I want to let you know one thing about Peter Obi going to Labour Party. You should remember that there is a constitution of Labour Party already that is existing before Mr. Peter Obi joined the Labour Party 1 year ago, 9 months ago. And after the election, the first thing that Mr. Peter Obi was working on is for the Labour Party executive to amend the constitution of the Labour Party so that all the whole of obedient members, these 6 million people, can become Labour Party and join the party. But Aburi and his clique of executive has been standing against the amendment of the constitution. Because why? They want to still remain in power. Because if the constitution is amended, you now, Mr. William, myself, electricity, my brother, the other brother from Canada, we all will be eligible to contest the election at the executive and to be voted for. So Mr. Obi has been working behind the scene, trying to let Aburi and his executive and the people that are concerned to amend this constitution so that the people that have joined this party or the movement because of him, who are eligible both at the world level, at the local government level, at the state level, and the national level, so that the camp can be widened and open for everybody to become a member. But they don't want that. They didn't want to amend the constitution. That is why you see that Aburi was doing everything humanly possible to make sure that this convention, this sham convention he went to have, that he have it. Because he knew what is at stake. What is at stake? A lot of obedient members now want to join Labour Party. And they not only just to join Labour Party, but they want to become a member of the executive of Labour Party from every ward to the state and the national. And these people are feeling that if they should amend the constitution and allow this obedient movement people to join the Labour Party, automatically people like Aburi and his men, they are going to lose the executive power. Because people are not going to vote for them. because we want a new Nigeria. So, but these people, they are afraid that after they have suffered for Labour Party for more than 20 years, 28 years, 25 years, now new people just join this party for 1 year, they want to take over the party. My brother William, this is the problem we are having in Labour Party, nothing else. And because of this, they have decided to engineer this unnecessary and uncalled confusion that you see that is playing out in Labour Party. That's why Mr. Peter Obi is telling them before this sham convention, please, can you open the door, allow an inclusive convention, people that we have gathered in this 1 year, open the door, let them aspire to be members from the ward level to the local government level to the state level and then to the national. This has been his message. And that is why he's like, he didn't stay away. He had been working under the scene. But this man, Aburi, let me inform you here, Mr. Williams. Let me inform you here right now. Do you know that after the Benin debacle, Mr. Aburi has refused to talk to Mr. Peter Obi? Do you know why? Because he knew that Mr. Obi is not going to be party to any charade that they want to do. So I want you to be Mr. Williams, if you have opportunity today, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, Mr. Peter Obi will be on space. If you have any question, those your pain, those your frustrations, those your anger, pour it to him. Hear from Mr. Peter Obi today by God's grace, even if you don't get the opportunity to ask your question, but listen attentively. Write down things that you hear from him. So that will give you a comprehensive analysis and judgment that you can make finally to say, okay, this man, you are not doing enough. Or this man, you are trying, but you need to try more. But I want to end by telling you, Mr. Peter Obi have never lost any supporter anywhere. Rather, Peter Obi supporters are increasing. Right? So most of the things we see on the surface is not actually what is going on. So my brother, Mr. Williams, I know you if you know the pain I feel, Mr. Austin and these people who we used to meet at another platform will tell you that the pain that I am going through, that at my age, I decided I'm going to take a nationality of where I'm living, where I have decided that I'm not going to do that. But what transpired in 2023 had made me to change my mind. Right? But still, I love my country.
Let me just respond.
So, my brother, Mr. William, thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you for meeting you here today, and God bless you.
To electricity.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I just got I was reading the Labour Party constitution that was sent to me. I'm trying to see how I can put it.
I just addressed Mr. Williams, so if he has anything to say, because my internet is just kind of skipping. So
okay, he's going to speak. I'm trying to put the Labour Party constitution that was just sent to me on the private chat and on the link itself. It came to my phone, so I want to send it to my email and copy it and put it on this for those who wants to read it, to know the responsibility that is laid on the governing body, including Mr. Peter Obi, to do things, including the oath of office that they took. Mr. Will, do you want to respond to, do you have any before I go to the next, I give opportunity to man of press, then I go to the next topic, next discussion, please.
Quickly, I want to thank you, my brother, for the explanation. I think the way it's going, I said earlier on that he has integrity. That's why we are supporting him. No. I think that strategy of working behind the scene, I would say, is not a good strategy. If you look at, for example, look at America, for example, look at Trump. When he came on board 4 years ago, he had the people supported him, even though the Republican Party, rank and file, saw him as an outsider. But he had those people, whenever he spoke openly, Anybody that come across him is tracking down, and as such, people that could rise up against him, they were afraid. No, so if you come out openly, all this backward, say because he has the people now behind him, majority. So whoever all the back door is a good approach of politics. Yeah, look at Pence, his vice. He was very quiet. He won't say his mind quietly. He doesn't like Trump. Look at how he lost the campaign. He would have won. He would have won the nomination for the Republican, but he was doing it quietly behind the scene. But if you come out openly and call anybody out, if you say openly, I want this change. I'm telling you, right now he has the power, he has the authority. If people are looking at him as the if you come out, I would suggest he change his strategy. He should come out. Again, Abure or no Abure. You call them out and do this. Whatever he says, people follow. I mean, if people follow him, he has the power right now. He should use it very well and not require. Otherwise, he will lose it. They will lose it eventually. People are planning to cut him off, and they will be somebody else now as a nominee, and they will try to put Nigerian politics. Now it's time for him to use that power, and this party is his party now. He can sanitize this. I think he has a mandate. I'll try and join that at 7 o'clock. If I can speak, I'll tell him that I will just give my suggestion that the backdoor working is sometimes it works sometimes, but this now in Nigerian politics is politics of coming out. He has the
Can I just steal 2 minutes? Can I just steal 2 minutes? Please,
Austin.
I beg. I want to go off because
Austin, you've gone off and you come back again. No, man of prestige.
That's I wanted to just ask one question to you.
Okay, you want to ask a question, not make a statement. Okay, go ahead, ask the question.
If you recall somebody from the National Assembly, who replaces that person? I've never thought of this. Is it the party that replaces that person or the person who came second in the election?
Now, the people will come out to contest for that position. The person also could equally also take context for that position. So, if we for example, we are here now. You recall me out now, and you all are members of the Labour Party. You have a right to also contest for that position. And that is what I keep saying, that if we are waiting for 2027 election to come before we start to make this change, it ain't gonna work. It's a recall process takes place during this period of time, and it sends a message out there. The same way we are saying now that, people came into the party riding on Peter Obi's horse and all those things, and blah, blah, blah. Would there be any difference come 2027? Do you know the same? But if you send a message out now, like I said, because there is no accountability or no consequences for people's action, we are in the same place. Man of prestige, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, in London, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I've not been following, but the little are following. So the topic is about Obi not being out, taking over in charge of Labour Party, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm of the opinion, I'm as an Obi supporter, I'm not Obidients, whatever that may be, but yeah, I'm Obi supporter, 100%. Having said that, I just feel like in terms of leadership coming out being outspoken, in my own opinion, Obi has not done well in that regard. Does that going to change anything? That's how I feel. You're talking about the pardon and whatever happened in the National Assembly. Yeah, in my own opinion, I feel like he should have come out, publicly and criticize them what happened and say that, we don't tolerate that. But does he have a right to remove them from National Assembly? I don't think he does. You have Labour Party constitution, but that's just Labour Party constitution. But in Nigerian constitution, does he have a right? He was voted by the people, and they don't have enough. You giving an example of Santos, what happened here, it's because of the criminality was so outrageous. I mean, it's just a Ponzi scheme that he perpetuated. I'm not trying to have any kind of war about it. And maybe this one is better, this one is, this one is not better. We all agree here, that what some of the members committed is criminality in the House of Assembly. That's true. So, but it's because of the pressure people mounted. This is why Republicans took that action, because they never really want to. It's a matter of political, because they are looking at their own political ambition. The re-election that people are going to be saying. The whole Republican are corrupt. I follow American politics where this is why they decided to ask him. Of course, the whole Democrat did. So some of the vote they have, it's not every Republican that voted. I think it's about 1/3 of I think close to 2/3, but not, maybe a little bit over half. Some people still supported him. They wanted him to stay, But
Man of
for,
Prestige, you still
hold
have
on,
the
let me
floor.
land. Hold on,
No,
let
no,
me
you
land.
still have the floor. I just want to highlight what you just said now.
Okay.
You just said, if not for anything, it's for the image of the party. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Thank you very much. Go ahead. So the image of the party matters a lot.
Right. So
Correct.
in a nutshell, Republican is in charge of
it's the image of the party, Republican. In the context of our discussion, Labour
right.
Party.
I mean, the image of the party has to do political re-election. So let's just call it what it is. I mean, all those politicians, they don't care, if not because of their own political, if not because of their own political re-election, they wouldn't have done it. But having said that, you can pretty much say that it was. I didn't mean to go to Republican, but I'm just giving an example. You can say it's the Republican that asked him, because if the majority leader, Johnson, hasn't tabled it out there, there's no way Democrats don't have the power. They are minority. So you can pretty much say, Republican attacked him from the Congress. I mean, with majority, with all Democrat and half of Republican. So let me pivot back to Nigeria. The president, what we are talking about. Like you said, I don't know about Nigerian constitution, if the party has a right, and how many of them anyway. Don't they have to have at least the way the Nigerian constitution, which I'll be very honest, I've not read. So, I'm just speaking from a blind side here. I don't know how many, whether it's going to take about 2/3 or half, for them to remove any of the candidate, any of the representative. But I don't think Labour Party, I mean, how many of them in the Congress, so I don't think they can remove him. It has to be people, during the re-election, they can remove him. But in my own opinion, Obi should have spoken vividly and made his statement publicly, because he is serving us. It's not what you do during the Labour Party meeting and talk to them or whatever. Whether you talk or you don't talk, I've not heard that. But that doesn't really mean anything. He has to talk to us. I say, I'm against this. And I told them what they are doing is wrong. This is not what Labour Party stand. I mean, he should have, overwhelmingly criticized, make it publicly, and, and say, this is where I'm standing in this issue. Although he has come out and said he was against it, but he need to make a statement. He should have made a statement against, the Labour Party member, that participated in this, criminal act. That's the way I see it. I mean, that's my point of view on that area. So I'm not going
Thank
to
you very much.
sugarcoat how I feel about
If
that.
you look at, let me start with you, man of prestige. If you look at what is on the screen now, Dele Farotimi said you have to be functionally insane to remain in Nigeria. Now, he's been campaigning for change. He's been campaigning, support Peter Obi. Even Peter Obi himself, with credit to him, I don't think he will make such a statement. What's your take on that statement, please?
I think he's absolutely right. I mean, but do they have a choice? I mean, they don't have the choice. Almost all Nigerians, not to denigrate them. Almost all everybody in Nigeria, they are insane. I mean, insane in certain kind of different insane has
So
different
what you are
categories.
saying is that leaving the country will solve the problem. Is that correct?
I don't think that's what he means. No,
What does
leaving
it
the
mean?
country is not gonna solve the problem. But I don't think that's not my understanding about what he means. He's just thinking about the way we function, the way we tolerate the government, everything, like what's going on right now. Tomorrow we forget about
Yeah.
what happened.
He went further to say that if you have opportunity and you do not leave the country, then you are insane.
I disagree on that.
I just got
I
this. If you listen to the full video, I
right,
just
I'm
got
not.
this out.
No, I completely disagree. But are Nigerians insane? Yeah, I was insane before I came to this country. So Nigeria is insane. But you don't have to make it that if if you have to you have to jump out in order to have some insanity in your own self. So you can't pretty much say that everybody has to live in order to regain your mindset. I completely disagree with him on that. On that narrative.
All right, Mr. Hike, the floor is yours in respect to this issue on the screen there.
Yeah, it's not. It's, it's not. Listen, he knew. Listen, these are kind of statement you make. We are talking about a country with 250 million people or 300 million people. So when he said that anybody who did not jump by is insane, he know that how many people. How many people is going to leave Nigeria. So yeah, I don't take that to be a serious comment, because he knew that how many people out of 300 million is going to leave Nigeria. So it's just showing you his own frustration about what is going on in our country. So Dele Farotimi is a guy that I really respect a lot, and his opinions every time matters to me. I listen to him attentively. He's an intellectual with a lot of things to make you to learn. So I think that yeah, a lot of people is not going to leave. But if we are outside, but you can feel the story in your country, Nigeria. You can see that almost everybody is insane, because the situation has made everybody to look like everybody is mad in Nigeria. But it's just the pain, it's just the frustration, my brother. So electricity, to me, honestly, I know that like my brother said, I'm not going to say I'm going to agree or disagree, because I know not up to 1 million Nigerian is going to leave. So it's just showing his frustration about the event that is going on in our country. So on him alone, also, I want to remind you, even when he joined, can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
You, Mr. Ike.
Okay. Even when he joined Labour Party, he is not yet a Labour Party member. If you can go back to so many of his interviews, he said it because he want to watch, because he know Nigerian politicians, and what Aburi has exhibited has already proven right. So it doesn't mean that he's no more with Mr. Peter Obi. That's why I am telling you that this man is surrounded with a lot of people. If you listen to a part of Tommy last night, also in channel television, we show these people are still with this man. But listen, they want the right thing to be done. Follow the right process. It doesn't matter. Like electricity, you said when you're talking about recollecting our members. The same thing. Aburi has the chance. Aburi has the chance to recontest if he wants to be chairman of Labour Party. But why don't you want to follow the process? He still have the opportunity to recontest all of them.
Mr. I,
right?
But
he doesn't want. He doesn't want anything like that. So that narrow-minded mindset that he and his executive has is what they think that is the best. But I am telling you that it's not the best. It's not the best. Because if you electricity, if you decide that you want to become an executive of Labour Party, either from your ward or your local government or your state, and these people are telling you, no, you can't, because you have not stayed in Labour Party for 2 years. Even not considering the contribution that you have made towards building this party in 1 year. Just tell me honestly to you how you're going to feel. It doesn't work. That's why they're telling them, amend the constitution so that people can come in. Aburi himself, he can be, if he's a man with conscience, he would have honorably leave, and maybe they will make him the patron of the party. There are so many things that they can give him in the party as man who has been a former chairman who piloted a party that was not anywhere than the Ghana 6 million vote. Right? I'm not saying that they should throw him in into the bus. No. But you should supposed to play that game in a normal process where you're going to live with an honor. Right now, he has messed himself up in the public. When is he going to recover? Because he cannot recover. Right? That's my point. So, honestly speaking, my brother, for Dele Farotimi, he has never been a member of Labour Party, and that is what it is. That is his stand. Doesn't mean that he's still not following this man. They're still following this man. These are the people who want that expansion. People like Dele Farotimi, will you not be happy that you have such a man in the executive of Labour Party? This is what this man is fighting for. These people, this kind of people you are talking about. If you can allow somebody like Dele in the executive of Labour Party, do you know the kind of transformation and change people like him is going to bring? This is the problem.
Okay, Mr. Ike, is there any evidence that he was not allowed to be part of the executive of the Labour Party?
You mean Dele Farotimi?
Correct, sir.
Are you talking about Dele himself?
Yes. Is there any evidence that he contested or he wanted to be part of the executive and they did not allow him to be?
No. What I'm saying is that what I said is an example. Like if, for example, because now he just joined, he's part of Mr. Peter Obi about 8 months, 9 months. The constitution of Labour Party, they have not reached the level where they can contest. That's the point. So what I'm trying to say, that as an example, for example, wouldn't you love to have somebody like Dele in the executive of Labour Party? And that is why Mr. Peter Obi is telling these people, please go to the normal process. Open the gate. Let people come in. Let us reform. Let us reorganize. Let us, because remember, before I give excuse, remember what the campaign against Labour Party was in the last election. They don't have structure. How do you now want to build this structure when you are driving the people who is going to be the driving engine of the structure? You don't want them to come in to be part of it, to help to build the structure for you. That's the problem.
Mr. Ike, you say Aburi don't want them to come in. I ask you the same question again. Is there any evidence that these people made attempt to want to come in and they were refused or blocked from?
Okay, can I say something? Can I intervene? Can I come in?
Go ahead.
On that space?
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
Let me answer him because let me answer him. Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Example, before this sham convention, Engineer Balami, Alhaji Tanko Yusuf, and one other man, they want to contest the chairmanship of Labour Party. But because of this, constitution is not amended, and because that this one did not allow this, the organization and the expansion that they are begging them to do, that is why they couldn't do anything. A lot of people are positioning themselves to contest election in this new convention that is supposed to take place in June or August.
Okay, sir. What part of the
That's my point. That's the evidence.
Okay.
That's the fact.
Hold on, man. Okay, sir.
Electricity. Let me tell you what I understand.
And remember, Aburi, as the chairman of Labour Party, he has the power. He has the power to suspend you from the party. So there are so many things that is going on behind the scene.
Okay, sir. Where in the constitution that needs to be amended, according to you, that will now allow those people like Dele Farotimi to come in? You said the constitution needs to be amended.
Let me make a point on that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my understanding, I don't know if it is a written constitution or not a unwritten constitution. My understanding from Abure, what they concord is that you have to be a member of Labour Party for 2 years. I don't know if that has been official before you can be allowed to contest for any hierarchy position. That's what Abure narrated. So I don't know if that's in the constitution. But I know Peter Obi was. Hold on. I know Peter Obi wasn't there during that time, but they said that was an exception. But that's a presidential candidate, so that's why he was afforded. That's why he was afforded that that opportunity. But any other candidate, like the hierarchy of you have to be there for 2 years. So maybe that's what precluding them.
Is that what, Mr. Ike? Is that what you are referring to, Mr. Ike?
Yes, exactly what my brother Prestige said. That is it. Yes.
So for 2 years, they have to be there.
Yes, you have to
So
be a member
2
before you
years,
can contest for a
okay.
hierarchy position.
Okay, 2020, we're in 2024.
Mhm.
The Labour Party came into limelight 2023. So there is 2 more. There's
Yes. Yes.
come again, sir. So the
Well,
Labour Party came into the limelight in 2023 when Peter Obi moved to Labour Party.
right.
So by now it should be about 1
Yes.
year plus. If
Right.
Dele Farotimi
Exactly.
is a member there, but he said he's not a Labour Party member. So if he's not a Labour Party
Yes.
member, if he had joined, it's in every institution,
Yes.
Mr. Ike. Before
Yes.
I became a moderator
Yes.
on this, before I became a moderator, Rudolph allowed me to be a moderator. It took his time to listen to me. He didn't just see me one day and make me a moderator. Okay?
Exactly.
So in every institution, there is guideline.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yes.
2 years is too much for somebody who truly want a change and want to be part of a change, not to exercise patience and wait for that 2 years. That is normal.
So,
Okay, can I
wait a
answer
minute,
that?
electricity. So you
Can I answer
agree?
that?
You agree on that? You agree on that constitution? I mean, I'm not quarreling with that. So, but you say you can be a member, but you
Yes.
can't obtain that hierarchy position.
You have to wait for 2 years.
Right.
I don't think anything is wrong with that.
Okay, this is why I wrote to me that he can't get any position, but he
has to wait. Listen, what's your name?
You know my name. What do you mean? What's my
man
name?
of prestige.
Yeah.
When you join a company, there's what they call probationer.
Oh yeah,
some
of course.
6 months, some 1 year. Okay, so you wait for that probation
some 3
period.
years. I mean, some 3 months.
Some 3 months. You
Yeah.
wait for that probation period before you you get your letter of permanency. Then you can now start to apply for certain position. Now, in some government establishment, after your probation, you have to be 2 years in service before you can also start to now apply for certain positions. Okay, so from where I am standing, like I said, I just got the Labour Party constitution, which I'm going to read, and we're going to do a broadcast on it solely on the constitution, and we're going to break it down in light of everything. So if really he wants to be part of the change, so like what Mr. Ike said, Mr. Ike, you referenced to the word patience. Am I correct? And you said patience is one of the greatest ingredients. Yes. Good. So it's 2 years too much. It's 2 years too much for Dele Farotimi, who wants to change, to wait so that he can contest for a position in Labour Party.
It's no, it's not.
So
but I said it's not. But
okay, thank you very much.
It's not. It's not. It's not. Wait, but let me put a comma in. It's not. But the point is this. The point is this. Electricity. Let us be. We're Nigerians. Let us leave all this. Unnecessary drawing of legality and things. We're talking about something that is normal, natural in the eyes of everybody, right? We're talking about employment and probation. In my place where I'm working or where I live, probation is for 2 months, right? The 3rd month is for you to, if they're going to take you or they're not going to take you on the 3rd month before this 2 weeks to the final expression of your probation. I write you a letter to tell you that sorry, that the human resources will send a letter to me and tell me to tell the person, listen, sorry, we can't take you, and that's it, right? But what we're talking about is this. Mr. Julius Aburi, who followed what happened in 2023, and he knew that political party, he has been a member for 20-something years, where they have been, and all of a sudden something happened. Was it not right in the eyes, in the sight of God and man, that you seize that privilege and opportunity that came to you to expand that your political party that you are holding like a court as the chairman of the party. I am not saying that Dele Farotimi maybe he doesn't have any interest in the Labour Party, but I'm just giving you two people and one other person, I forgot his name, that were ready and prepared, that the obedience people were pushing them to go for the chairmanship of the Labour Party. But because of this particular thing, my brother Prestige brought out about these 2 years being there before you can aspire to a certain position. The case of Mr. Peter Obi was a child of circumstances, it was agreed. But right now, knowing truly everything that has been going on since he became the chairman of this party, all the allegations, all the forgery stories, perception is the key in politics, right? So if he has a conscience, this is something that they can settle peacefully. Where are you? Which state are you from? Electricity. Are you from Edo State?
No, I'm from Bayelsa, please.
Oh, okay. Okay, but you see that what is going on now, can you see that Labour Party is going to lose Edo State unless miracle happens? It's because of Julius Aburi.
Sir.
So what I'm trying, perception in politics is very important. How can only you be accused of from one allegation, for one falsification, to corruption, to this, to that, to forgery, from local government to state level to the national level? You have been accused of forgery. Even the people who are into the National Assembly or who were to contest the election, they have accused you of forgery. Right? So perception is my problem. Step aside. You can agree with the BOT of Labour Party, the National Working Committee of Labour Party, all of you and all the elders and important people in Labour Party. All of you can sit down on a table, agree. Listen, Mr. Aburi, we know you have done so much. Through you, we get 6 million. But there are so many things that we need to change in Labour Party. We can make you the patron of the party. We can give you one position. We can create a position for you, and that's it. The party move on. That's my point. I'm not saying that 2 years is too much, but look at Nigerian politics. Look at the political landscape of Nigeria. We are trying to lose Edo State. Edo State was supposed to be already in the bag, but look at what happened in the primary, in the governorship in Edo State. It was still the same man, because a lot of people accused him of collecting money, right? And some of those people, like Reichman, they've decided they're not going to support the Labour Party. Do you know that must be something that is going on with this man?
The governor of Abia State is Labour Party. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah.
And he's doing well. At least as things stands, he's doing well.
For now, yes.
Yeah, and he's been able to change the law that pension will not be paid to ex-governors and whatever it is. Is that correct, sir?
Exactly. Yes, it's correct.
Meaning that it is achievable. Change is achievable. Would that be correct, sir?
Yes, exactly.
I appreciate the fact you said 2 years is not too much for anyone to wait, particularly anyone who really want a change and wants to follow, because as things stands, Peter Obi is still a member of the Labour Party. He has not renounced Labour Party because he was still going to use the platform until such time that it changed. So those who are following him that equally want the change
until we hear from him. Sorry, until we hear from him today. Until we hear from him today and going forward, we will be able to know. Is he going to keep what he told us in Lagos Convention of the Obidients and Labour Party? Are you still going to keep that? We're going to hear him today to repeat that or to say that.
It's gonna say 7 o'clock now. That's why I moved this broadcast to this time, because this broadcast is also being shown on Ingenja TV around 7 p.m. So I move it up earlier. But my point is this: you want a change. You are part of a change. Your mentor, who you are following, is still in that system. He has not left the system. And you are coming out to say you are not part of, yes, nobody can force him to be a member of any party. That is his constitutional right to do. But if he wants a change, particularly within the party, and it's just a 2 years window, if he had registered last year, it will be close to 2 years. We agree that Aburi is fraudulent, this and that, but Aburi cannot be fraudulent forever. So if good people inject themselves into that party, do you agree with me that they can remove Aburi, particularly the fact that Dele Farotimi is a lawyer, Kenneth Okonkwo is a lawyer? If they inject themselves into that party, going by your statement that 2 years is not too much, don't you think that will make a great change in your opinion?
Yeah, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo is already a member of Labour Party for almost 1 year right now, right?
For almost
but
1 year.
Yeah, good. But what we are trying to say that remember, if this convention that was made was allowed to stand, this is another 4 years. They're not talking about another 1 year. It's another 4 years for Aburi, which is 8 years. Okay. So this is what they want to prevent. This was the original thing. They want to prevent that it doesn't happen.
Okay. Mr.
Because now,
man of prestige. I'm
thank
sorry,
God,
Mr.
the
Ike.
INEC. No,
Mr. Ike.
Sorry, thank God, INEC have disassociated themselves from this convention, which I'm very, very happy.
Mr. Ike, let's look at this very well. We want a change. And we are not going to, I don't think anyone in Nigeria or on this platform have ever said that this change will happen overnight. Is that correct? It's not an overnight thing. It's a process.
Never.
It's a process.
It's a process. So I agree. That's the point.
For that system to be changed, do you not think the good people must inject themselves into that party and exercise patience up to that point? Don't you think so?
Listen, I just told you something. Perception is something that is important in politics. If the chairman and his executives have remained honest, if they have remained transparent in what they are doing, the people are ready to wait. But also there is something that is working against Labour Party. If you don't know it right now. I'm going to say it here. Maybe my brother Prestige will agree with me. Remember, the presidential candidate of Labour Party is from the South, and the chairman is from the South. And you are trying to become chairman again for the second time from the South. And you are talking about the people from the North. You want to get the people from the North. But you want to become the presidential candidate and the chairman. There are so many things that people are reasoning with Aburi that they should understand. That these are one of the reasons why they are saying, please, don't allow this to happen. Extend this to June and August.
Okay, Mr. Ike, I understand what you're saying. Okay?
Can I come in now?
Yeah, go ahead, man of prestige.
Okay. You started with yeah.
Oh, sorry, I mistakenly muted you. Apology. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah. I think your narrative was tinted towards this Dele Farotimi. Why can't he join the party or wait till that time? Like Mr. Ike said, Kenneth Okonkwo has been there for about a year, so he's not eligible to join. But we don't know what's here. Dele Farotimi mind, whether he wants to be a member of the party or he wants to maintain his status quo as an independence, maybe pivot to what he considers to be a good governance. So we can't just really say, why can't you join? Regardless, he was with the Labour Party because he found Labour Party to be the ideal candidate for Nigeria that will manage Nigeria to a better place. In his opinion, he doesn't want to join the Labour Party. So we can't categorically be saying, why can't you join the Labour Party to make it a better party?
Mr. Man of Prestige, let me ask you a question. Do you agree that it's difficult to make a change from outside, to effect a change from outside?
Oh, definitely.
Thank you. Go ahead. The floor is back to you.
Right. So I'm just saying maybe he's not in that mindset to do that. Even at all he want to change or whatever, he just feel like he'd be more viable to the country by being outside to see, what's obtainable. But notwithstanding, if like he didn't join earlier, whatever all this caucus going on with them with Labour Party has vindicated him that most Nigerian party are corrupt. Obi, the obedience, that's different. Remember, the party, Labour Party, is just a house that has the Labour Party. I mean, Labour Party don't have any kind of credibility in Nigeria without Labour Party. And Labour, most of Obedience, they're not Labour Party. I mean, I can say 90-something% of them, even 96 or 98% of them, they're not Labour Party member. The Obedience, they follow Obi wherever Obi go. I'm not saying I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but their obedience, they are, they are crying for good governance. So that's their main purpose. So you can't be. I'm not going to be fighting Dele Farotimi because if let's say like you were saying, if you want to
So
make a change, why can't you join a party? He doesn't have to join a party.
no,
Maybe he's not. Maybe
we
he's
all
not suited.
agree on
He's
that.
not suitable to be in a party. Maybe he's not
Okay.
because we don't know people mindset. But let me go back. I'm going to talk a little bit about Labour Party. Like I stated before. I mean, whatever is going on in Labour Party, I mean, this guy has been in Labour Party for a long time. Like we properly stated, they don't have chance, they don't have chance in Edo State. And why is that so? It's because of the fracas that have been going on, that just went on recently. They abandoned, they said they're not going to elect they're not going to elect Labour Party. Is it not because of what Abure is causing? Like Mr. Ike said, Labour Party has a higher probability they could to win Edo State. But right now everything is pretty much vanished. This guy to show the leadership. The man is so greedy, and corrupt. I mean, why can't you look for the good of I mean, everything that has been accused is alleged. Nothing has been proven, but that notwithstanding, it's just too much for you to be a leader, leadership of the party. I mean, you went, and concussion into be heard in Abia State without the BOT, without the BOT, opinion on that. Then you divert the situation to Anambra State. Your leader, Obi didn't come. Your only governorship didn't come, but I heard that he sent some of his apparatus, like the, I think the second in command for the governorship went and something like that. But that notwithstanding, and moreover, if he mean good for the party, the North should have the position because it's not just right. There's no way Obi won enough in the South, to have merited from what we know. I forgot about the other shenanigans that went on. He has enough, in the South, to put him in a better position. But you need the North area. So, but that notwithstanding, you have to come with, you have to show equity in the country for you to have any kind of position in doing something in that country. So, by all means, if you are not greedy and corrupt, you need to look yourself in the mirror, Abure, and say, are you for the party or are you just for yourself? Let's be honest. That man, for what he has shown me so far, he's for himself.
Thank you, man of prestige. I think we lost man of prestige. Well, Mr. Ike, I would like to thank you. As
Can you hear
things
me?
stands, okay,
Can you hear
you're
me?
back. You're back.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm working on my I'm working with the computer. I'm just using
Oh, I
my
will
my
forgive
phone.
you. We'll forgive you. We have it.
Yeah. So what I was saying, I mean, for the good of the party. I mean, this is the problem with Nigeria. They're after what they can have. So Abure is it's an epitome of what we are just talking about. What is wrong with Nigeria? So there's no doubt about it. Whether it be proven that he has embezzled all those money he's accused, but for what he has shown me so far, no, he should have just, relegate himself, to a lower, not to be the chairmanship. This is what honorable people would do. If you look at
Well,
the party here, this is what they do. You
man of
know,
prestige.
yeah.
Honorable people do. Those who collected the $30,000.
They are part of the problem. Yeah, I'm
So
not.
as
Yeah.
as this as this stands, so Mr. Ike, Abure is the Labour Party chairman for the next 4 years.
How?
The
The
people,
BOT hasn't ratified that. Is it gonna be, or we think?
and we are speaking for now until INEC come out to
Okay.
say it's been
Okay.
the
Okay.
people, they've refused, both Labour Party and the people have refused or don't want to recall the Labour Party senators that collected $30,000. Please, this is the breaking news. 2027, Labour Party stands no chance in any shape or form to contest presidential election, and we will think they will win. Not in a chance. Not anywhere in the world. Mr. Ike, you are muted. You are muted, Mr. Ike.
No, I'm coming. That is your perception. That's your own opinion. We all have our different opinion. Listen, patient, like you say, patient and sacrifice works together. If there is no patience, there is no sacrifice.
No, we are
Both
not
of them
making
work
sacrifice,
together.
Mr. Ike. Are we
No,
making the sacrifice?
I'm coming. I'm still talking about Aburi and his gang. Let me tell you, yesterday, INEC came out publicly on television to say they are not part of what happened in Nnewi. It is in black and white. That is clear. So INEC is not part of it. And yesterday, the BOT of Labour Party have taken over the leadership of Labour Party. That is the constitution of the party. All these things, the Aburi has went to Enugu from Oka, he sneak into Nnewi. All these things he's doing is just to show you what we're talking about. Listen, I have nothing against this man, but for what he has exhibited since after the election, up to this morning as we are talking, my brother, I do not want such a man anywhere close to Mr. Peter Obi. I don't even want to see him more than 1 million miles close to Mr. Peter Obi anymore. Because this man has shown that he is after himself. Look at Edo State, the chairman of the Labour Party. Look at himself. A state like Edo State, he's supposed to have protected and put in his own pocket. Edo State is a state that no matter the PDP is an incumbent in Edo State, they have no chance in Edo State until after all this shenanigan that this man who is from Edo State has decided to do in Labour Party. And that's why now we are talking about, oh, is it possible that the Labour Party will win or not? If not, so that is to show you that this man, he has no interest of anybody but for himself. Electricity, before I sign out, I want to ask you one question before I sign out because I have visitors in my house.
Okay.
Before 2023,
yeah.
Do you know the man called Aburi? Do you know that Aburi was the chairman of Labour Party?
I don't even know anything about Labour Party, sir. I know nothing
All right.
about Labour
Thank
Party.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless you. My brother Prestige, I see you again. Enjoy the weekend. We see you again.
We'll see
Thank
again,
you, sir.
hopefully.
Take care.
Man of prestige.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I will soon bring the broadcast to an end, but from what we are seeing that is happening in the Labour Party, if you ask anybody in the world, where there is no consequences, there's bound not to be a change. Where there is no consequences for actions, there is bound not to be what? A change. The Labour Party is supposed to be that change and supposed to be those who will deliver the change for us or lead us. Like what somebody said, Nigeria is moving to its permanent site. So I've said this over time and I'm going to stay on it as well too. That until we deal with the fundamentals, is either they want to change Labour Party or they move and go and set up their own party. So if they're going to change Labour Party, they have to fight for it. The floor is yours for the last word, man of prestige.
Thank you very much. Okay, I think I seconded completely everything that you said. Then I will add my own 2 cents on that. Obi being the leader of the party, I think he need to, he need to show the leadership. I'm not saying he's not a leader. After all, from what I read when he was governor for Anambra, state governor. He was very bold in most of what he did, even the obstacle that he faced, and I read everything. I wasn't even, I know he was the governor of Anambra State during his time, but I never really followed politics in Nigeria, or what happened or how everybody's performed. But because of this election has awoken, has awoken me when it comes to Nigerian politics. I think he did very well. I mean, we can come here, make all kind of narrative, pull position on it, but all his politics. So he need to take the same thing, but and do what he did during the Anambra time. I don't mean what the policy and all that, I mean be the leadership. I'm kind of putting his leadership right now. It has not now. I'm 100%, 100 plus Obi supporter. I mean, I think he need to take his leadership up, and take over, and take over the party. If they don't want him, the BOT don't want him because of his leadership or whatever he decided to, he need to be bold about it. Then he can get out from there, because there's no Labour Party without obedience. And of course, in obedience, they are just like coach. They're gonna follow Obi wherever he goes, whether he wants to form a new party with all this speculation with every fire and all that kind of mess going on, which I don't know right now, but he need to be bold about it. I hope he come to doctor damage. I need to question him about his leadership. I'm not saying he doesn't have the leadership, but it's pertaining to the whole caucus going on with Labour Party right now. He need to rise to the occasion and speak to the public. Not just, I don't know what he does behind closed door, how he has been handling to the situation. He need to come out and tell us, this is what I did, this is what I don't like, Abure, maybe everything is alleged, and if he's found guilty, he should be removed from the party. So that's all I'm gonna say right now.
Thank you for that, man of prestige.
Yeah.
Thanks as we bring the broadcast to an end. I want to thank those in the comment section, particularly those who do not agree with me. Disagreement is always welcome on board. So I should be back again this evening, but if not, I'll be back on Monday, and we will do this. We will read this constitution, this Labour Party constitution. It will be a topic on its own. I'll make it available soft copy.
If you're coming back this evening, make sure we talk about the earpiece man, what he said in Nigeria.
That is after the Peter Obi has finished his space. Everybody's going there.
Okay.
Safe journey to everybody.
Yeah, if you can, that'd be good. I'm available. Okay. But thank you for coming this morning. Okay,
No problem.
enjoy you.
Have a lovely weekend. God bless you.
All right, you too. Bye bye.